Have you applied for a job position in the last 3 years? Were you asked by the employer to give the interview virtually on a software such as Zoom, Teams, or Skype? Did you feel a tightness in your stomach right before the camera turned on? Well, for the last one, you might want to pause the video first and go see a doctor. If you have gone through these experiences in the last 3 years, you know what I'm talking about. For some, giving a job interview in front of a camera can be nerve-wracking, even traumatizing. For others, it's a nice break from sitting in a conference room in front of scary people getting asked all these tough questions. Well, if you're the former, this video is for you. If you're the latter, well, I'd say keep watching the video. I could use some new subscribers and views. Hi guys, my name is Harris, and I'm a careers counselor who has helped many people, a lot of my friends even, land their dream job, get their six-figure salaries, and even direct their careers in the way they want to. Now, if these are some of the things that might interest you or that you're looking for, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it. Today, I will be sharing with you my top 5 tips that have helped me and a lot of people I know to pass their next job virtual interview and to do it with confidence. Tip number 1, prepare for your virtual interview like an in-person interview. Just because you're sitting in the comfort of your home does not mean you don't have to look professional. It's very important that even though this job interview is virtual and you're meeting the hiring manager virtually over your camera, you still have to look your part. So make sure you are wearing professional clothes, a dress shirt, a suit preferably. So sit up and smile. Don't slouch your shoulders. Sit right up and look confident. It's very easy when you're sitting in your own home chair to sometimes swirl or spin around because you're so comfortable in that area. Also, prepare the introduce yourself question very thoroughly and well before the interview. This question is a great opportunity for you to showcase your achievements, your skills, and the highlight of your career to the hiring manager. But also, tailor your answer that fits the requirements for the job itself. So make sure not to include random stuff that has nothing to do with the company or the job. Now, one thing to note, make sure your answer is not sounding like your resume. They've already seen your resume and have read it thoroughly. Tell them something which concludes your story, which highlights your career for them. And to make it something interesting, you can also include something about your personal life, just to add a personal touch that makes it very interesting. Don't forget, it's an introduction, so make it precise. Don't keep rambling. Tip number 2 that I like to make sure is test your equipment. Too many times right before the interview, we're rushing, getting dressed, getting ready, but a lot of times we forget to make sure all the technical things are set to go for the interview. Make sure your device, whether it's a laptop, tablet, or a mobile phone, is fully charged. Make sure your Wi-Fi connection is stable and you're sitting in a part of your home that has good connection to your internet connection beforehand in the location that you are sitting inside your home. Periodically, losing your internet connection can be very disruptive to the flow of the interview, and also it can damage your flow of giving your answers. Test your mic and speakers. A very simple advice, but too often overlooked, which can add to the disruption in the interview. Make sure the lighting is okay. If the lighting is not okay for the interview, the hiring manager sometimes cannot see your face. A lot of times I like to sit in front of a window so there's a lot of natural light coming. If there's a window behind you and there's no way you can sit facing a window, make sure you're using offline lighting fixtures to light up your face. Tip number 3 is something that I use not only in interviews, but also in virtual meetings that I regularly have. And that is, use a virtual background. Sometimes in our homes, we cannot find a good background. Or whenever we have found a nice quiet place like a bedroom, the background is not professional enough. So what I like to use sometimes is a good virtual background of maybe a library, a conference room, or an office, which adds that professionalism. Or you can go for something simple like blurring the background. Tip number 4, have a pen and a notebook handy. Now there are 3 reasons for this. Number 1, if you note down some of the points that you are going to be speaking about, it helps to look at them during the interview, during your answer, just to get a reference point, just to see what your next speaking point should be. Reason number 2 is sometimes noting down a lot of the information the hiring manager is giving you about the position and about the company can help you formulate your question that you're going to be asking them towards the end of the interview. Reason number 3 is kind of subjective and I like to personally use it, whether I'm speaking in front of an audience or having an interview or a meeting in front of a camera. Having something in my hand is a way for me to channel my energy. I personally find empty hands in front of an audience or hiring managers kind of awkward for myself personally, and having something, even a pen, helps me relax. Tip number 5, the last one, is something not specific to virtual job interviews, but any interview that you will give in your career. And that is, send a thank you note to the hiring manager after your interview. Now, it's best not to wait too long after the interview is complete to send that thank you note. You can word it something like this: "Thank you for taking the time out today and discussing the position of systems engineer. It was a pleasure to learn more about the company and the position itself. I'm very excited about this opportunity and join the team to take on up-and-coming challenges." A lot of times, it's happened in my case as well, you don't have the hiring manager's personal or work email address. So what you want to do is you want to have the email of the hiring HR rep that contacted you initially and email them. Send them the thank you note and ask them to pass on the gratitude and the thank you to the hiring manager. So these were the top 5 tips that you should keep in mind when going for your next virtual job interview. These have helped me and a lot of people I know. Even though I made this video with the title virtual interview, I think a lot of the tips I shared with you today can help you even though if you're going for an in-person interview at any point in your career. I hope you liked my video and enjoyed it and found it helpful. If there are any other tips that you personally have helped you in the past in your virtual job interviews, please share them with myself and our viewers in the comment section below. And like the video so I know that you prefer and like this type of content and I can continue to make this type of videos. So thank you once again and good luck.